Hi guys, welcome back to another video on our Eyes Your Eyes. As you all know, yesterday I was going to attend the special event of Shingeki no Kyojin 2022 that happened in Tachikawa Stage Garden here in Tokyo. I'm here to telling you my thoughts, everything that happened, what I bought, how it was, and many other things. Before starting this video, actually I was making a live streaming, but it didn't work because the connection was unstable. So in order to prevent me from doing two parts as many other times happened, I decided, okay, it's better to make a video so it will not be interrupted suddenly and there will be not the chance to confuse you or to check part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay, anyway, I'm here, but before starting this video, I just want to remind you to keep subscribing to the channel, because from now on you will see many other reviews on the channel and you will see many other thoughts regarding anime and whatsoever, even if I'm going to make even reaction videos. So stay tuned and keep on watching me. But anyway, okay, I will start definitely by showing to you one more time the tickets from Pony Canyon. Here we go. Also because it's really important for you to see how it went from the beginning. So for all the people who didn't follow my previous live streamings, here there will be a connection of everything, so stay tuned. Anyway, these were the tickets. Okay, here there was the other part of the ticket that was ripped off, of course. 2 tickets because I was not by myself, there was even my husband coming. So here it is. These are the tickets. Yay! I hope you can see them because I don't have the camera right now that is making me understand if you can see it or not, but you can check the other live streaming in the case. So we were arriving at the Tachikawa Stage Garden early in the morning, to be honest, because you know that this special event was divided into 2 parts. So there was the orchestra concert and then there was the special event with the dubs. Of course, I won the special event. I couldn't win the orchestra concert, not because I didn't want to, but because everything was based on a lottery. That means that you had to participate at this lottery by emitting all the address, everything, or all your personal info, and then they are going to select some people randomly and see who's going to win. There were people who won both. I mean, there were people who won the orchestra concert and even the special event. That was not my case, unfortunately, but I'm really grateful to have won the special event side, because I think that it's already a great thing if you have the ability to win one of them instead of both of them, just to say, I won everything. I mean, the important thing is to be grateful as always. So I showed you throughout some pictures that I posted in the community section, all the things that went through. So sorry, because I realized that from now on, if you post some pictures in the community section on YouTube, you are going to see these pictures just for 24 hours. If you don't put, of course, the setting that you want them to stay there forever. Sorry, I realized that yesterday, and sometimes it's frustrating because I have to re-upload the same picture without the expiring date. I mean, if you upload the same pictures through the computer, it's not happening. I don't understand why, sincerely. But anyway, I'm going to show you everything that I got, so don't worry if the pictures are going to expire in the community section. Maybe one day I'm going to post, to make another post in which I will collect the most important pictures that I shot. But anyway, when we arrived there, I saw many people. I think that we were 2,400 people every time. That means both from the orchestra concert and for the special event. And they were queuing. If I showed these to you during the shorts, thank you so much for the support. I think that you like shorts at this point, and I'm going to make others in the future if it happens that I go somewhere specifically regarding anime and whatsoever. so stay tuned and keep on watching me. There were so many people queuing, and let me tell you, in the crowd, I could see people from different ages. I mean, there were people that were so young, like 8 or 9 years old, and others who were 50, 60 years old. That's the beauty of this story, because it doesn't matter the age, you are going to love this story because of the subjects involved and because of the themes and the message that the author wants to convey. This is something brilliant, because there were even people who couldn't join to both events, but they were standing there and they were appreciating Shingeki no Kyojin. They were saying, "Oh wow, that's an event dedicated to Shingeki no Kyojin. Wow, that's awesome!" And they were passing through the venue, etc., etc., and they were really surprised. I admired that, because there is not the prejudice here in Japan that if you follow an anime it means that you're stupid, or it means that you're too immature, or that you consider anime just for kids. No, here in Japan you have this passion even if you are 50 years old, and there's nothing to say, there's nothing to be mocked. I really like this thing, to be honest. While waiting my special event, there was a moment in which you could go and get your gadgets because they were pre-booked. I mean, you could book them online on the official website of Shingeki no Kyojin, and then you could reach that place at that specific time, and you could go inside to the shop without the immense queuing that was happening later from 3:30, in which everyone could go inside and buy, no matter if it was a part of the events. I mean, no matter if the tickets were won or not. I didn't book any specific date, or I didn't book any specific gadget from the beginning, because I wanted to go there randomly and see what I could find, sincerely, even if most of the gadgets were already present in the official website. So if you really wanted to check what was going on, you could have gone there and already make a choice and then decide what to do next. And there were different type of gadgets. There were towels, there were t-shirts, there were even trash bins with one with the face of Eren and one with the face of Reiner, and they were sold out. I mean, when I joined the queuing, they were already sold out. Okay, by the way, there were so many things. There were stickers, towels, there were even the DVD boxes, the soundtrack boxes, everything. I mean, not just the gadgets, but even CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray, and everything. But let me be honest with you, I still don't have any DVD, any Blu-ray, anything about the anime. I don't have the manga. There are specific reasons why I don't want to do that. I mean, I don't want to buy them yet. First of all, because I don't read the manga, so by being an anime only, I really don't want to be tempted by reading the end of the story. And once this story will finish, I will definitely buy the entire manga, so can't wait to read it. Also because I have already read the first 2 volumes while I was on a trip with my husband, and I really like the manga, to be honest. I already found some connections that are simply important. Okay, but one day I'm going to talk to you about these, so stay tuned and keep on watching me. But on the other side, I didn't buy any Blu-ray, any DVD, any soundtrack or whatsoever, because I'm pretty sure that in the future, when the story will end, they will create for sure a super limited edition or a super great box in which they will include everything. So that's why I'm waiting, because I really wanted to buy that in the case. If it's not happening, I'm going to buy everything separated. It's not a big deal, but I'm still waiting. Going back, talking about the special event, last year, you know that I was buying the booklet. I mean, here we go. See? that was the booklet that I bought last year. In fact, it's written a special event 2021, etc., etc. You find the live streaming dedicated of this event on the channel, because I made a live streaming at that time. This booklet is simply awesome because inside you have some interviews made to the seiyuu, then you have some pictures from each episode and the comments of the producers of the Mappa Studio. So it was really, really nice. I really liked the choice to have a booklet. So, you know, by being a collector of special things, I like to have something special. But this year, unfortunately, there was not the booklet. I was pretty sad because I think that all events should need one, because thanks to these booklets you can understand what happened that day and many other things, but it didn't happen. So in this case, bye bye booklet, see you next time. Maybe I hope that in the future, if they are going to have another special event, they will change their mind and they will put the booklet again, because in that case I'm going to buy. This year I decided to buy a t-shirt. Sorry, I already opened it because I was making the live streaming that you can't find on the channel right now because I deleted it. Also because it's pretty confusing if you have both things, and also because while I was talking the connection was unstable, so I deleted it. But anyway, this is the shirt that I bought. Yes, I hope you can see it. Yeah, definitely. See, I preferred this logo instead of the other two t-shirts because in this case the logo, here we go, the logo is Shingeki no Kyojin and it's in Japanese. No matter the fact that under that you find Attack on Titan, the final season, and then a special event. The other two t-shirts were nice, but one of them was too black. I mean, it was all black with just here, just the writing special event. So I was like, no, it's too poor. And then the other one had the English logo. I mean, it was written just here, Attack on Titan. I was like, I prefer the Japanese logo. I mean, I prefer Shingeki no Kyojin, and that's why I bought this t-shirt. Maybe if you follow me on Instagram or later in the community section, I'm going to put a picture of the t-shirt so maybe you can see it better. So sorry for the live streaming that went wrong. Look, I couldn't do so much more than this. Anyway, this shirt is pretty nice. I will wear it definitely. I mean, for sure, when I go out, I will wear it because I'm proud of this story. Let me say that there were all sizes available, so it's not a problem of the sizes. It's just that I really believed that they would have put a beautiful t-shirt with the Shubi no Kyojin face. I mean, the last episode, do you remember? When they say, it's him, the Shingeki no Kyojin. Yeah, I would have liked to have that t-shirt, to be honest. While in this one, you find Eren on one side. See, here, Eren. And on the other side you find Reiner. See? I hope you can see that. But anyway, I liked these because it reminds me the first episode of part 2 in which there is Warriors as a soundtrack. And Eren is saying Koyo Reiner. That's so powerful, and that's why I decided to buy this t-shirt. By the way, this was not the only gadget that I got, because as soon as we could join in the queuing and we could go inside, before reaching our seats, they were giving us something else. Okay, even in this case, I opened it. Look, I have two actually, but I don't want to open the other one because as a collector, I will keep one intact, and the other one I open it and share it with you. So, by the way, inside this other gadget, we received a poster of the musical, the official musical of Shingeki no Kyojin that it's happening next year in 2023, as you can see in Osaka and in Tokyo. In Osaka it will be from the 7th of January till the 9th. Here it is, it's written here. Okay. And in Tokyo, it will happen from the 14th of January till the 24th of January. So you will be able, if you come to Japan, I don't know if you can buy the tickets actually, because every time you buy tickets here in Japan, you need to give them your address. So I don't know if it works like in other countries. That means that if you wanted to go to a concert, for example, in the UK, it's not a big deal because you can buy it even if you're from Italy, like in my case. But I don't know if it's happening the same here in Japan. Many times I've heard that people can't buy tickets of these musicals, of these live actions, of these special events, like this one in the case of Shingeki no Kyojin, because you have to write your Japanese address and whatsoever. Like in the case, yeah, when I had to join the lottery of Shingeki no Kyojin, a special event, both last year and this year, they asked me the address. So that's why I think people from outside Japan can't join. By the way, yes, there was this poster. There were even these plates. Here we go. Look, I'm going to shoot a picture also to these two so you are able to see them clearly. And as you can see, I already opened it also in this case because I was during the live streaming. And that's why I couldn't refrain myself from opening it in front of you. By the way, there are these 4 plates that we received. They were for free. I mean, you didn't have to pay anything for them. So this one is a Connie Springer. See, here we go. Here, I wanted to tell you another thing. It's written not for sale. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not a big deal because I'm going to post the picture entirely so you can see it definitely. It's written not for sale because many people, I've heard that they join these events and then they're going to resell these things even outside Japan and stuff like that. Just to let you know, it's written not for sale. It means that if you sell it, it's illegal. So I hope that you don't do that, not just because it's something illegal, but it's also because it's written not for sale. So you should respect the rules. By the way, Connie Springer, here we go. Then there's John Kirstein, here it is. Yes, that's really beautiful. I really like John. Absolutely. Then there is Hanji Zoe. Look, even if it's written Hans, but to me it's still Hanji. She's amazing. And then we have Gabi Brown. Here we go, another immense character of this part 2 of Shingeki no Kyojin. Look, I received these 4 because I joined the special event, and that's why we could collect these 4 plates. In the case you would have joined the orchestra concert, you would have received Eren, Mikasa, Armin, and Levi. Why there was this division? It's really simple, because the concert orchestra was more important than the special event, and I would have liked to join sincerely because there was Kota Yamamoto live playing live 2 hours for you. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Or who doesn't want to join that? Of course, nobody. But in my case, I couldn't join because I didn't win the tickets. So that's all. By the way, I'm really happy for these plates anyway, and I'm going to put the pictures here right now while I'm talking so you can see them clearly. And they are really nice, and if you're a collector, you definitely like them because these things can't be found somewhere else. They're just the gadgets, the official gadgets for these special events. And this is something that I really like. Okay, so we were queuing, and while we were queuing even inside the venue, because there was an initial part of the queuing outside, and then you could go even inside the venue before reaching the seats. You had to make a queuing anyway. While we were inside, we were hearing the OSTs. I was excited because I was saying, oh my, it's starting, it's happening for real. To me, it was the second time, because the previous year I was able to go to Saitama Prefecture and to attend this other special event that I really liked. And I really liked even this one, to be honest, but later I'm going to analyze everything that happened. happened. And then finally, guys, we reached the seats. Thank you so much for the support of all the shorts that I uploaded. I understood that you really like shorts, so that's what I'm going to do even next in the future. So sorry if I couldn't understand how shorts worked so far, and they are pretty simple to do actually. So maybe I will upload a short later regarding all these things. Let's see. By the way, when I was inside, it was simply awesome. The venue was simply great, and let me tell you, I preferred this venue instead of the previous one, that one of last year, because even if last year I was closer because I was in the front side downstairs, I mean I was on the first floor and I was closer to them. By the way, I really loved that too, of course. But the seats in this venue were a little bit different because this year the lowest part, that means the first floor, the seats were not having that sort of slope that it's usual even when you go to the cinema. So in the case you were in the last row, probably you couldn't see anything because in front of you there were all the other people of the other rows in front of you. So I thought that it was definitely better to stay where I was. And even if I was on the third floor, in that case there was a huge slope. So while I was here on the second row of the third floor, I could definitely see the stage in the best way. Yeah, I definitely preferred where I was, and it was frontal. I mean, I was exactly in front of the stage on the third floor, and it was simply amazing. I really liked that too. Another thing that I wanted to say is that many people in the shorts were asking me, can you keep us updated, etc, etc. I really appreciated that, guys, but I couldn't because inside it was prohibited to shoot pictures, shoot videos, you couldn't do anything, and it was remarked quite a lot. Also because this event was streamed live, but in order to have the access to the streaming you had to pay. So that's why they didn't want you to shoot pictures and posted them during the show, because it was illegal. I mean, once again, if there is the official live streaming, you have to join there, but you have to pay. I think in the previous years it was a little bit different because I remember that you could join something like the Pony Canyon YouTube official channel and watch these special event, or these happened some months after. So maybe even in this case, after some months will pass, probably you will find some sketches or some parts of the special events even on the Pony Canyon channel. Maybe they are going to upload them later. There was this official live streaming, you had to pay, and I think that there was even written the fact that in 30 days or in 12 days, 15 days or something, even the possibility to check this live streaming updated even after the special event happened will expire. So as much as I was saying probably they are going to create some other videos in which they will include the most important parts of the shows, but you have to wait many months. Then the show starts, guys. And first of all, there is this video, black and white, in which they show you some scenes from part 1 and part 2. And it was really beautiful because I really like Shingeki no Kyojin, and I like to go back in time and check some scenes from the previous parts. And in this black and white video, everything was connected because you see even Eren walking on top of the walls by himself, because yeah, this video was taking the most important parts of the 2 openings, I mean opening 6 and opening 7. With even ending 6 and ending 7, because we are still talking about the final season. And then Ashes on the Fire started. Look, I opened a bracket. When I heard Ashes on the Fire, I was like, oh no, don't tell me that this will be the soundtrack that they use when the Seiyu are coming in, they are introducing themselves, because it happened already last year. So this is something that I have already watched. And in my mind I was thinking, please put the rumbling when they come inside, because it's the perfect music related to the second part. So I think that this could be awesome. But okay, Ashes on the Fire started and Kajiyuki appeared. I was like, okay, no, look, I have to give up on this idea because it will not happen. Immediately after Kajiyuki introduced himself, I mean, he did like this as always, Shinzo Sasageyo, the rumbling started. I was like, oh, did they hear me? That was beautiful. Look, there is one huge difference between the special event when you watch it live, of course, and when you watch it through a streaming. The main difference is the audio and the feelings you feel, because you see that the Seiyu are in front of you over there talking and making even the afureko, the Nama afureko that I'm going to explain it to you later, and it's super emotional. You feel the tension while they are acting. You feel that you are part of them and you're enjoying all together. So that's really the huge difference in my opinion. By the way, yeah, when there was the rumbling, it was like rumbling, rumbling. And unfortunately, I have to remark these over and over again. There is one sad thing that I don't like. You know that in these years there was this huge pandemic problem, so of course even this year we couldn't scream. Because even last year there was this problem when the say you were joining. Look, if you wanted to be spontaneous, you do yeah or something like that, okay? You use your voice too. You just don't clap your hands, but you do even something else, right? You want to scream to let them feel that they are supported, that they are loved, right? But in this case, we could have just clap our hands like this. We couldn't say anything, and this is something that I can't stand. Maybe because I am European, I mean, maybe because we Italians are so loud that when there's someone really dear to us coming, especially if it's an artist or something like that, we are like, yeah! So the fact that I had to refrain myself from doing this, it was limiting me, let's say. But by the way, I think that they felt our love anyway, they felt our support, and even if we couldn't scream, I think it was quite understandable from them because of the situation we are in for about 3 years. I hope that next year, if there is a special event, this will not happen, and finally we will be free to say yeah. Okay, and then there was the moment in which they were introducing themselves as they always do, and look, guys, the star of this special event was Romy Park, in my opinion. I couldn't wait to meet her. I mean, I couldn't wait to see her in front of my eyes because I have always loved and admired her. You know, Romy Park gave her voice to great characters throughout the years. My husband knew her also because she was one of the voices even in Gundam, and my husband loves Gundam, and he told me that Tomino Yoshiyuki was recruiting her. I mean, he was discovering her as a voice acting, and in my case, I know Romy Park because she was making great voices like Temari in Naruto or Nana Osaki in Nana. Wow, and then of course Hanji, that is one of my favorite characters, so it was really nice to see her, and let me tell you, she was the star over there. She is a great entertainer, she knows how to make you laugh, she knows how to get the stage and be the one, be the protagonist. She was telling us that it was the first time that she joined the special event of Shingeki no Kyojin, and it's true because the other years she couldn't come, and she joined other special events, for example like that one of last year in which she was joining the special event of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because of this huge anniversary, but there was not the people, the crowd was not there, so they were just the host and the two voice acting. So for her it was the first time to see so many people in front of her, and she was really surprised, she was really amazed, she was thanking us so many times. And look, she was even saying, look, in front of me I have 3 circles of people, because we were put in 3 different areas, okay? And she said, oh, it seems like we have the 3 rings of the walls here, as if we are in Wall Maria, Wall Rosa, and Wall Sina. And even the John's voice actor said it. I mean, he said more or less the same thing. The two were having so fun time over there. There was a way to communicate between these two voice acting that it was simply awesome. Also because last year the voice acting of John was simply hilarious. I mean, I was so happy to have him here this year too, because he's the funny part. I mean, he likes to laugh, he likes to make jokes. And yeah, we were really entertained from that point of view. Yeah, by the way, I think that if last year Kaji Yuki was my favorite seiyuu, even if he's still my favorite seiyuu, but this year with Romy Park things changed. I think that everything was focused on her because, come on, she's a Romy Park. I mean, she's not someone new or a newcomer, say, or something. She's the one, and I was so happy. Look, even when she was introducing herself, she was already talking like Hanji, even the same attitude, the same way in which Hanji is talking, the same gestures. It was like having Hanji in front of you for a second. That was simply great. Yeah, they were introducing themselves, and the first thing they did after was to analyze some scenes in particular. I think there was the scene of the key, when there was memories from the future. There is a scene of the key that was exposed by Grisha to Eren, to the little Eren, while the adult Eren was looking at them. Then there was the scene of Hanji when she is asking Hanji and Mikasa to defeat Eren, or to go against Eren, or to stop him anyway. There was even the scene in which Eren was hugging Ymir, and they were trying to analyze it a little bit from the point of view of the seiyuu. I mean, they were focusing their attention on some scenes because they definitely had to explain their feelings, what they felt when they were shooting that scene in particular. The fact that the seiyuu were involved so much in the story, because even last year they were saying the same thing. I mean, they are not just the seiyuu, they are not just the dubs. Most of them are even fans of Shingeki no Kyojin, and they love the story so deeply that once they joined since the beginning this adventure, they automatically became fans of the story, because it took more than 10 years and they got affectionated to it. So they were really saying that now that we are reaching the ending, it's really emotional to them, and they really don't want this to end, but there is nothing else to do rather than accept this. But from their point of view, it's also the end of a journey that lasted years, because throughout the years they could improve even their skills thanks to it. And they also became friends because they experienced what the characters experienced. I mean, they felt exactly as if they were the characters while they were playing the role of them. So it's like as if there was a deep connection with the characters, and they felt even the sadness, all the emotions that these characters were having throughout this adventure, throughout this journey. They grew up with this, and it was really nice because it's an experience, and when you're acting and you pretend to be someone, there are times in which even important actors, while they were personificating a character in particular, they were becoming that character, because the passion that you have towards a specific character can be so immense that you start believing that you are that character. In fact, every time that there is this sort of a special event, they are talking as if they are the characters. They are making jokes as if they are the characters. They are pretending to be the characters. But I think that sometimes this happens naturally because they have studied these characters for years and years in order to be so well as the characters are, that they sometimes believe, okay, look, I am Eren Yeager. They really feel as if they are part of these characters. So it was really intimate and really nice to see their opinions, to understand them, and throughout these scenes, it was really beautiful to check even the emotions of each SAU and to dig about what they were feeling. For example, there was even the funny moment in which there is that scene of Hanji dedicated to Hanji, in which you see that Hanji is talking to Mikasa and Jan about killing Eren, about going against Eren, etc., etc. But that frame that they showed Romy Park, it was not comprehensible from her point of view, because if you are a real fan of Shingeki no Kyojin, you can understand, oh, that scene belongs to that episode in which this and this and this happens. But for Romy Park, it was, where are we? Where is Hanji? I can't see her. So we were laughing hard because Hanji was a little bit in a dark place in that scene, so you couldn't see her clearly. But we fans said, oh, come on, it's there. But she was laughing hard, and we were laughing hard because it was like as if she couldn't even understand what scene that was. It was so hilarious. I wanted to say something about Marina, that is the voice actress of Armin. I think that she's really feeling emotional in this period because she knows that we are reaching the end, and we see that she is really feeling it. It's like as if throughout this special event she was pretty quiet for the 2 hours in which we were there, but when she was talking, she was really emotional. She was really feeling that the ending is coming, and the fact that Armin could be really essential in this final part. They were not putting any spoilers, and that's why I like these special events, because both the audience, both the people who are attending this show, and even the seiyuu, even the host, they were not trying to put spoilers. They are refraining from doing this because they know that there are some manga readers and some anime only, so yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, I could see her emotion. Of course, even if we were distant, there was a screen, so you could see them closer to you. But sometimes I really liked to just not look at the screen and just look at them, even if it was a little bit far, but I could see them. And that was really beautiful to see their gestures, something that usually with the camera they don't show you because they just show you the big face whilst talking. But yeah, I could see Marina that she was always doing something like this. I mean, she was really emotional in this special event, and I agree with her because this second part was having great scenes, great moments, and now that she's personifying Armin, who is one of the best friends of Eren, and we know where we are going. I can feel her for real. Even Mikasa's voice acting, I mean, Ishikawa-san, she was really cute. She doesn't know the ending. Yeah, for example, she's an anime only for the moment, like I am, because she didn't read the end of the manga. I mean, she follows the manga too, but she preferred not to read the end because she wants to be natural with these. I mean, when she's doing the Afureko, she doesn't want to know already what's happening. She prefers to go step by step and feel the moments when they are happening over there in that specific moment. And I agree with her. That's why I prefer to be an anime only for the same reason, because once I know the story, my reaction is not the same because, of course, I already know what's happening. And I prefer to make a natural reaction, a spontaneous spontaneous one, and then maybe to analyze it later, to rewatch it, and to understand many other things. But at first, I wanted to get a chance to have my emotions feel real, and that's why I prefer these. By the way, after analyzing these scenes and after telling their thoughts about that, yeah, I opened a bracket when Kaji was analyzing the Ymir's hug, or when he was analyzing the key. They were talking about even Grisha and his role as a father, because he was also saying that Isayama played a great role even for the dubs, because Kajiyuki sometimes is asking Isayama sensei how it should be, I mean, how his voice should be, the tone, if he has to be in a certain way. So I really like the fact that Kaji is always praising Isayama sensei and his work to help the result being great. So that's why I'm saying that I really appreciate when Kaji is appreciating Isayama sensei. And yeah, he was talking about Grisha and the role as a father that he has throughout this story, because at the beginning you think that he is a great father because he's raising Eren and he is helping Eren to feel free to discover what's outside the walls. But then you discover another side of Grisha, that is how he behaves with Zeke while he's on the other side, and then you regret about all the things you were thinking about him later when you discover that he was trapped inside Eren's thoughts and his guidance. So as you can see, this role of the father, that it's uncertain until you go till the end to understand his figure more and more. Yeah, I think that he was saying something really nice, and that's something that I agree to. But I like when they analyze from their point of view the scenes, because you understand how they also felt as for fans, as for just the dubs who had to give their voices in that specific moment. That's awesome. I really like this part of the special event, because it's like as if they are talking to us, and we can find some things in common, the same feelings that we might feel too. Even Connie's voice acting, he was saying that he was feeling so sad after Sasha's death that he couldn't even be able to be funny as much as before, no matter if there were parts in which he had to be funny or not. In this case, they weren't, but he really couldn't, because Sasha for Connie was a special part of his heart, and once she is dead, he can't do anything else because that half part is gone. So he was really feeling it, and that's why they were even praising Isayama, because there is even the chance to feel the difference when something is not going to go back to what it was. So this difference, this point of no return, that is actually real, because we also felt it as fans. So try to understand if someone has to give the voice. Yeah, I wanted to say one thing in particular that I liked about Romy Park, is that she was always appreciating the new generations of dubs. She was really proud of them, because she is from the old generation. Sorry, Romy, you're not old, but just to let people understand what you were saying. She was making a difference between her and the others, but at the same time she was appreciating the hard work they are making. And I really like when all the generations are appreciating the new ones, because that's the most important thing. When you understand your talent, but you are also appreciating the talents of others, that makes you a great person, that makes you a great professionist. And that's why I really loved Romy Park in this special event. I think she was really useful over there, and she was the voice acting. I mean, everyone who follows anime knows about Romy Park. Come on, you also know her so well, I guess. And that's why it was super amazing to have her there, because she was always complimenting them. She was always spending good words for them, and this is something I really admire, when great seiyuu are not feeling superior than others, but they are there joining, having fun, and being grateful for the opportunity they had to meet us or to stay with us 2 hours without some people who are, yeah, I am a Romy Park. No, she was not doing something like this. She was laughing, she was interacting with the others, say, she was interacting with us a lot. She was always saying, oh, I feel so sorry for you guys that you have to hear something like that. But she was so ironic then. It was brilliant, yeah, definitely. Later, after all that was discussed, there was the Nama Rafureko part. That means when they are acting in front of you directly by acting one of the scenes that were chosen. Look, this time they were making it longer. Because there were lots of scenes. Everything went so well. Look, they were making Eren's speech to the Yumiro no Tami. They were making the scene of the moment in which John is punching Reiner. They were making the scene in which Connie and Armin were shooting the two friends that were, of course, Jaegerists now. They were making even the scene in which Falco was confessing to Gabi. They were making the scene in which Mikasa and Armin were discussing about why Eren told me that he hates me, and even the scene before Eren's speech in which they say, I can't hear you, what are you saying? Or something like that. They were making even the scene in which Levi and Hanji were talking. I mean, Hanji was talking to Levi saying, shouldn't we stay here instead of keep going on fighting? Maybe we reached our limit. They were making great scenes, yeah, absolutely. Even the scene when Gabi and Armin are talking, in which Armin understands that Annie is out over there in that moment from the cocoon, I mean this crystal cocoon. Even the scene in which Eren is asking Mikasa, who am I to you? Look, super beautiful. And yeah, in that case, Romy Park was laughing and she was saying, unfortunately, you were interrupted in that scene because the Jijan, I mean the old man, was coming towards them with the 2 cups of tea. Do you remember? Yeah, in fact, Kaji in that moment said, can we skip it? Can we go on? Kaji knows the end of the manga and he doesn't want to spoil anything, but this makes me already understand something. Okay, but yeah, definitely we understood that Eren loves Mikasa so much, and in that specific moment, yeah, they were interrupted because after you are my family, I think that Mikasa wanted to say something else if she could, but she was interrupted, so okay. I think that this Nama Fureko was simply stunning. Kajiyuki was making Eren's speech in such a great way, and I wanted to praise, of course, Romy Park because Hanji was simply awesome. Gabi's voice acting, Ayane was super great. The intensity, yeah, even in that case, I was not checking the screen. I was not following the vision, okay, of the things, but I wanted to check them, what they were doing, how they were recording these. And Ayane, for example, she was moving like this when she was screaming or when she was making some sort of sounds. And then even Armin's voice acting, Marina, when she was in that scene in which Connie is shooting, I mean, he is killing these 2 friends, and Armin is there with all the blood like that. Right? And he's making a noise because he can't talk in that moment. But Marina was doing something like this to reproduce that sound. It was something unbelievable because you need to see these in order to understand what they do when they have to record a specific scene. That's why I like that moment. The Nama Fureko part is one of my best parts of the special event because you understand the talent, you understand why they are super amazing, why they are acting like that. And standing ovation to Connie's voice actor. He was amazing because in that moment then he had to scream. Do you remember at the end of that scene in which he had to say, ah, ah? he was doing it in such an amazing way that even John's voice actor was asking him, are you okay? Because you were screaming Nama. I mean, you were screaming a row. And it was like as if they were in the studio recording. And he was saying, look, we are here for a reason. We have to make it greatly. And everyone was laughing. But yeah, he did it 100%. It was a super amazing. And I really liked that moment. Sincerely, it was like, we are part of the recordings, and I was feeling emotional. Even Armin's voice actress, Marina, she was great, not just because of the things that I told you, but the intensity of her changing of voice when she's turning into Armin. And wow, super amazing. I love this story, even because the voice acting is marvelous. They are making a great job. And then after the Nama Fureko part, there was a special moment because we had the opportunity to hear live Yuko Ando and Ai Higuchi, the two singers of Ending 6 and Ending 7. Oh, look, it was super emotional. Yuko Ando is a great artist, in my opinion, because she was really feeling that song Shock, the ending number 6, that we could feel it even through the movements of her body. Then she even explained to us that she was really feeling emotional and excited. She was petrified when she reached the stage because, I mean, it was something intimate, but it was a special event dedicated to Shingeki no Kyojin, and she really treasured that moment so much. Of course, she made it. Thank you so much for coming, Yuko Ando. It was such a great experience to see you live and even to see you performing live Shock. And then, guys, Ai Higuchi with Akuma no Ko. To be honest with you, I cried. Oh, she was super amazing. Thank you so much for coming, Ai Higuchi. It was such a great performance, such a memorable moment. I think that I was not the only one crying, to be honest, but I love that music. I love that song. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In fact, from the beginning, when we joined the seats, we saw the piano and we saw that even other people were trying the guitars and stuff like that. I was like, oh, what the F. I mean, I knew that Yuko Ando and Ai Higuchi were part of the special event, but I thought maybe they are just being interviewed or something. I was not expecting to see them live performing, and wow, it was super amazing. At the point in which Kaji Yuki and all the other dubs that were joining later once again, they were saying, look, thank you so much for coming, both of you, because you did a great job, and we could feel it from behind the scenes. We were feeling emotional too, and it was awesome. And of course, this thing didn't happen last year, because last year there were no singers performing. There were two messages, one from the voice actor of Reiner, and the other message from the voice actor of Connie, but this time he was there with us. So I think that this was really nice, and that's why even the tickets were different. Even the fact that you could see commercials on TV about this special event, it's because of the performing live of these two great singers that they made it. What a great job, sincerely. And then, guys, the key visual. Look, I'm going to put it here next to me for a second so we can analyze it. I mean, I can tell you my opinion about these. Of course, I am an anime only, so please don't put spoilers here down below in the comment section, because I don't want to hear anything. I wanted to reach the final part by being safe from spoilers. Till now I could do that, and I feel so grateful for that, because my subscribers are super amazing. They understand my things and they understand that I don't want spoilers, also because they follow me also for the reaction videos. So if I know everything, even the reaction video is fake. So that's why they respect my decision, and thank you so much. But yeah, when I saw this key visual, look, I was supposed to see it through the live streaming over there, but I couldn't, so I saved the picture so I can tell you my thoughts by looking it. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, here it is, right? That's the key visual. That's super amazing. Wow, look guys, by looking at it, I can see Connie, I can see Jan, I can see Reiner, I can see Mikasa, Armin, and Levi. Okay, this is strange because I don't see Hanji. Please, don't tell me that Hanji will die. I mean, we can see Levi, so why Hanji is not there together with him? I don't understand, sincerely. This is something that I already thought while checking it yesterday, because they were talking about it, and even the Seiyu were analyzing it a little bit with us, and I don't remember who said that, maybe Marina or Kaji. I mean, one of the two said, oh look, it's almost all of us there. And one of the other Seiyu was saying, yeah, almost all of us. That means, there are not all of us there. So Hanji is missing, and I don't understand why. I really hope she's not dying, please, because Hanji is one of my favorite characters, and I think that if it's happening, I will cry so hard that you don't even understand how. But then I don't see even Gabi or Falco. Please don't tell me that they are dying too. I really, really hope that Falco and Gabi are going to survive as the new generations who are going ahead in the future. Even if Falco right now is a Kyojin, I mean, he is the new Joe Titan, but I really hope that he's going to survive somehow, at least for 13 years, and then he can stay by Gabi's side for all these time, so they can spend time together, and they can comfort each other, but at the same time they can be a great inspiration for the new generations. That's the great message of this story, because the new generations are the generation that can not repeat the same mistakes as the previous ones, but they have a great burden to carry, that is try not to be like the previous ones. So I think that if Falco and Gabi are surviving, that's great, because they have experienced already great things that can teach them how to teach the new generations coming too. So they have to survive. Definitely, they have to. I'm surprised to see Connie, sincerely, in this key visual, because as much as I was telling you in previous live streamings in which I was analyzing the trailers, the episodes so many times, and they were lasting pretty long, I was telling you that in my opinion Connie was dying because of the sunset scene, because when Eren is asking who's going to inherit my titans, when Connie is saying, look, I will inherit these, Eren is replying like, oh my, it's like as if he knows that he's dying somehow. And then even when Sasha is saying, no, look, I am going to inherit them, Eren is looking down and he's saying, oh, Myra. It's like as if he already has seen that both of them are not going to survive, and that's why he felt so sad in that moment that he couldn't even look at them directly, because he knew what was coming. I don't know, this is what I felt in that scene, and that's why I'm surprised to see Connie here together with all the others. I mean, I would have thought to see Falco or to see Gabi, to see Hanji instead of him. I don't know, but this is great anyway. I like even the way in which they are all surrounding Eren. I mean, do you see? Eren is in the middle, let's say, and they are all surrounding him. This is so beautiful because it reminds me that scene, actually, the sunset scene, or anyway, it's like as if they are his scarf in this moment, because the way in which they love Eren and the way in which they are approaching to something that, in my opinion, it's going to be so emotional and so sad. It's like as if they are surrounding him for the last time before saying goodbye to him. Look, I feel emotional even now that I'm saying it. Try to imagine when I will see it. Okay, but anyway, yeah, it looks like as if they are all surrounding him, because no matter what's going to happen, they will always love him and they will never forget about him. That's a sort of legacy. That's a way in which Eren will go ahead in their minds, even if he will not be physically there anymore. And I told you this many times. I told you that, in my opinion, even if Eren will not be there physically speaking, especially for Mikasa, I am pretty sure that he will find a way to stay next to them and to be part of their lives no matter what. And that's why I'm saying that I really like the way in which they are surrounding him in this key visual, because it's like as if they are saying, look, Eren, no matter what's going to happen, we are always next to you. We are always surrounding you, and we will treasure you, because as much as you are saying that we are important to you, you are important to us. But this cycle that is made by these characters, yeah, it reminds me even of the cycle of events, this loop that is interrupted maybe right now, because look, even if they are all around here, but here there's nobody. So it's like as if this loop is interrupted somehow, and finally things will be different for real. I don't know, but yeah, I really like this key visual. I think it's pretty meaningful. And of course, if you have other questions, feel free to write them down here below in the comment section. I will be ready to answer to all of the questions. Yeah, even this background in which you see the fire, this sort of wind made by the ODM. Oh yeah, look, now that I zoom a little bit, I see Reiner like this, so maybe he's going to transform once again, because it's like as if he is trying to beat his hand somehow in order to transform. Oh yeah, the fire here that is reproduced here, it's amazing, because I don't know if it's the fire produced by the Raizo, these thunder spears that they are launching to Eren. But let me be honest, I don't think that Eren is going to die because of the thunder spears. It's too obvious, don't you think? I think that something else will happen for sure. I already told you my theories to you many times, so I don't want it to be repetitive, but yeah, I don't think that they are going to kill him like that, or he is going to be killed, or he will let them kill him like that. No way. But maybe it's an anticipation that they are going to hell, because these fires surrounding Eren makes you understand that now Eren is in a dark place, that he can't go away from it. I mean, I feel as if Eren now is in a place that can't be reached, or maybe he will be reached somehow, but in order to be reached, all these characters have to pass through hell, because that's where Eren is right now. I mean, the Shubi no Kyojin is super amazing. What can we say about that? I really like Eren in this version. That's why I was hoping to have a t-shirt with him like this. I would have bought it for sure. But yeah, you see that Levi is like this. I mean, I was never expecting this, because he can't move right now. He can't. So why is he flying? Wow, I would have never expected this, sincerely, even if I still hope that Levi is the one who's going to cut Zeke's head, because that's the promise. I mean, the promise that he made to Erwin was to kill him. And until he will not be able to do so, he will never die. I mean, Levi will always survive because he has to reach the end of that promise. And that's why I'm saying, is he flying to reach Eren? Or is he flying to reach Zeke somehow? Because, yeah, after Eren transformed into the Shubi no Kyojin, we didn't see Zeke anymore. Where is he? I still have to understand, because it's like as if Eren was protecting him somehow while he was transforming. Do you remember there were those white parts surrounding Zeke before the transformation? So I don't know if Levi is flying, trying to reach Zeke somehow, or is he flying, conducting them as the commander of the Chosa Heidan, or the commander of all of them, trying to tell them where to go, how to attack Eren? That would be awesome, but I don't understand how he can fly because he can't move his body. So that was really awesome. Or maybe he is here because he's representing a great role in the story, even if he can't move, because by killing Zeke anyway is a great part of the story anyway. So yeah, I'm wondering why he's there. Okay, he doesn't have an arm, and we can see that. I mean, he is like this, so and he has the sword. So does this mean that he's using it to cut Zeke's head as the promise that he was making, or not? I don't know. Then John has the Thunder Spears. Of course, he's playing a great role, and of course, I believe that John Kirstein is going to survive because he's the one who's going to take care of Mikasa while Eren will be gone. That's what I believe. But of course, now I'm saying random things, and I'm saying things like these so fast because I had already explained all these things in the previous live streamings dedicated to Shingeki no Kyojin, and I don't want to just stay here 3 hours or my record 13 hours talking to you about how I believe the ending will be. But you know what I mean. If you follow me, you know what I mean already. I analyzed so many things, but that's what I believe. And yeah, then we have Armin and Mikasa. Look, in the previous key visual, you could see Armin in front of everyone. And that's why I told you guys, what if Armin will kill Eren, because he's going to take a sort of responsibility to do so. Also because while all the others are hoping that Mikasa is going to kill Eren, even in the last episode, Annie was asking her, are you ready to kill him? So I was already imagining the scene, okay? But when I saw the first visual, I thought, okay, Armin probably is standing, and he wants to do that instead of Mikasa because he understands the pain Mikasa could feel in the case he is not going to do so and she has to do it. So probably Armin is going to do it because he wants to protect Mikasa from the pain she's going to feel. Or maybe Armin is the one who's trying to talk to Eren for the last time, trying to dig as much as all the other times he could contact Eren while he was transformed, trying to wake him up when he was still in the Kyojin version. I mean, Armin has always had this great ability to touch Eren's heart, to be able to reach him. So what if he's going to reach him once again this time, to talk to him, to say one last thing? I don't know, but definitely Armin's potential is always to talk. Armin has a great ability to create a connection thanks to the dialogue, and that's why I believe that was really great, the moment in which Levi rescued Armin instead of Erwin. I'm not saying that Erwin was not good as for dialogues, but I think Armin has this great ability towards Eren, and he is the only one who is talking to Eren and make Eren feel something or make Eren understand something. So we need him right now. I think he is really essential for this, and that's why he will probably play a great role in this. I don't know if he is going to kill him or Mikasa is going to kill him. Look, if we have to follow my hopes, even if it's pretty sad, and I already told you this many times, if Mikasa is going to kill him, it's the most coherent thing, because Mikasa has to get rid of Eren in order to feel independent, in order to detach herself from these dependence that she was having throughout the adventure, throughout all this time. And at the same time, oh yeah, I noticed one thing, Mikasa doesn't have the scarf. Of course she left it behind, but then she got it back from Louise. Why she's not having the scarf right now? Oh. I have an idea, guys. Maybe she's not having the scarf now, but if she's going to kill Eren, probably she is going to put the scarf around Eren's neck. Well, I mean, to be honest, you know that I already analyzed the moment in which you see that Mikasa's father has killed a bird and he is grabbing the bird from the neck. In my opinion, that was a great symbolism, because it means that an Ackerman is going to kill the bird. And if we wanted to follow the symbolism, Eren is the bird, as many times that I told you, and the Ackerman that is going to kill this bird is Mikasa, that is an Ackerman. So what if now Eren is in a dark place, so maybe he is feeling cold, and you know that this scarf of Mikasa is always make other people feeling warm, because she was always saying atatakai, atatakai, atatakai. So what if she's killing Eren and she maybe is cutting his head because that Ackerman scene, I mean Mikasa's father is grabbing the bird from the neck. So what if he or she, Armin or Mikasa, are cutting Eren's head, and then Mikasa is putting the scarf around him by saying, look, you're dying, you're feeling cold, but don't forget about the scarf that makes us warm. Oh, this is already making me feel emotional, but yeah, at this point I believe Mikasa is going to be super courageous to kill Eren. And even if this goes against her feelings that she's feeling towards him, this is something that has to be done. But her love for Eren will never disappear, because the scarf will always stay next to her, it will always surround her neck, and it will always make her understand that Eren is there. So that scarf, it's like a ring, right? I mean, it's like a engaged ring. And as much as in that scene when Eren is asking Mikasa, who am I to you? I think that was like a wedding, because she was wearing white. And it was like a ceremony. When the Jijan is giving the teas, the cup of tea, that was like a ceremony, like a wedding. And if they were drinking that tea, I think that they were saying like your wife and husband. So yeah, as much as I was telling you, even if Jan will stay next to Mikasa, even after, that's what I believe, and he will take care of her, he will definitely respect Mikasa's feelings, because that's the greatness of Jan. I think that Jan is great because of this, because he will always respect Mikasa's will. And Eren knows that, probably, or maybe he will be jealous, I don't know, but he should be sure of the fact that Jan will never try to impose his feelings on Mikasa, because he already knows what's going on. So these are my first impressions of the key visual. If you have something else to ask me, feel free to write me down here in the comment section everything you want, and I will be able to answer to you. Then after this key visual, they were saying the last messages. I mean, you were saying goodbye to everyone, and they were always repeating the fact that now we are reaching the end. Look, Mikasa's voice actress, Ishikawa-san, she was saying, look, this will be the last event before knowing the truth, before knowing the ending. Because as much as I was telling you, she didn't know the end of the manga. So I feel her, because I also don't know. So Ishikawa-san, we will feel pain together. But yeah, all of them, they were saying, look, that's the end. And finally, we are approaching the end of this story, and we should be happy, but at the same time, we are not, because it's like also the end of their journey. It's the end of the circle. And they are so sad, let me tell you, especially Mika's, Armin, and Eren's voice acting, they are so sad, because they started since the beginning, the three of them together. Yeah, it's a journey. So you don't want this to finish, but we needed to face the end, because everything has an end. So it was really beautiful, and the way in which Eren will end this, thanks to all the others, I think that will be so impressive. Look, to all the people who were complaining about the no trailers and stuff like that, let me be honest, it was better like this, because if there was a trailer, probably it was pre-animated and then people would have complained anyway. If there was a PV, probably, I mean a preview, a teaser trailer, probably people would have complained because they wanted the entire trailer. Maybe if there was a trailer, it was not animated so greatly and people would have complained. I prefer that the trailer will come out when Mappa Studio is definitely sure to show us something really awesome, because that's the end. They didn't tell us the date, they didn't tell us the month, they didn't tell us any other detail rather than the key visual. And I think it's something good, because they have to prepare the ending of a majestic story, and it takes time. And I wanted to apologize to all the people that I told them that probably part 3 would have come in January. Sorry, I was wrong. You are right, it will come later. As you can see, if I am making a mistake, I'm saying it honestly. So you are right. I think at this point, yeah, it could come out. I don't even think it will come out in spring. Probably it will come out in October of next year. Maybe it will be great, because during the fall anime season, you usually have great titles. So maybe we have to wait a little bit more, but it deserves, because by being the ending of this majestic and marvelous story, we need a masterpiece as an end. So let's see what's going to happen. Probably during Anime Japan 2023, they are going to release the trailer, so let's see what's going to happen. And yeah, this event was really awesome. 2 hours flew, because we couldn't even realize that 2 hours passed. And even in this case, Kajiyuki and all the others said, we don't want to leave you, we wanted to stay with you more, but of course time was running and they couldn't go more than 2 hours. It was really awesome, and I was really happy to be there in this event. I was really happy to be part of it. If there will be next year another special event, I will try my best to be there once again. I hope to be lucky, because if there will be another special event, probably it will be the last one. No, probably, without probably, it would be the last one. So probably there will be all the voice acting, who knows, saying thank you so much for the support for all these years. Maybe there will be a message from Isayama. Look, I'm dreaming things that probably will never happen, but I still believe that there will be the last special event of Shingeki no Kyojin next year, or probably, I don't know, in 1.5 years after, because if part 3 at this point will come out in October, that's what I believe, there was no time to make a special event. So maybe it would be spring 2024. But anyway, I feel that there will be another special event coming at the end of the story. So maybe they're going to finish this story by saying goodbye and thank you so much to all the fans. That would be so awesome. Okay guys, thank you so much for following me throughout this long video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have other questions, feel free to ask me here down below in the comment section. And stay tuned on the channel because I will make other reviews. Stay tuned because I also am going to review Suzume no Tojimari, the last movie of Makoto Shinkai that I went to watch it 2 or 3 days ago. Yes, 2 days ago. And stay tuned because many other reviews are coming on the channel, and maybe in the future I'm going to make other live streamings if it's possible. Thank you, connection. But if it's possible, I'm going to have other live streamings in which we talk randomly about anime, in which I'm going to tell you my thoughts about some other things. So stay tuned and keep on watching me, and thank you so much for the support. Thank you for joining this channel, and see you in the next video.